What's going on, guys? Clifton Denny with On Your Own Outdoors. Hey guys, so it's the day before Halloween, and today we are doing the NAP Double Cross. It claims it's got a combined 2-inch cutting diameter. I will say this about these before we even start today. I've already shot these before. I know they fly pretty true. I know at 50 they fly a little bit different, so when we do the video in a minute, I'll be able to let you know for sure. It's been a couple years since I shot them. But I got them, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. I was watching Bow Hunter Die, and they had these on there, and I bought a set. I shot one deer with them, and it was super nasty. So anyways, we're gonna run it through the review today and see how it works out. Before we even start the review, I was gonna show you why it's called the Double Cross. So it's got the front blades that are the rear deploying blades, so whenever you bump them, they push out, and then it's got the 2 fail-safe blades on either side that flop out. So that is the full Broadhead setup. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, put the camera down here, and shoot it at 50 yards so it looks like. Alright guys, we are shooting a Gold Tip XT Hunter 300 spine, 28.5 inch draw Matthews VXR with a front weighted 50 grain insert and the NAP Double Cross. Oh, anyways, see how it does. Aiming, hit point, I don't know, 1.5 low, 1.5 to the left. Alright guys, so if you're new here, I'll go ahead and tell you real quick what we do in these reviews. So what I do is I take a watermelon, I hollow out, cut it in half, hollow out one side, and I embed a 3-inch block of ice in it, and I leave the back side there so we can track the wound channel. So anyways, yeah, that's what we just did here. I actually shot it twice. The reason being is the first time the wind got me and I pulled low left. So anyhow, there was 2 shots on this one. The first one missed the ice completely down on the lower left-hand side of the watermelon. It happens, it is what it is. The second one center punch. So good to go. So what we're gonna do now is measure the penetration. All right, so this Broadhead's a 4-blade. And that's the first 4-blade hybrid that we've done. So penetration test. We're at, oh, there you go, just over 14.5. It's actually pretty surprising considering that it's a 4-blade. So what we do now is I'll go ahead and remove it out of the target, and then we will measure the entry and the exit hole and the wound channel. All right, so what we're looking for is we usually take the package and we go by the package. So it says 1.125" on 2-inch main cutting diameter, so it's saying it's going to get a 2-inch cutting cut off of what I call the slap blades, which is the front blades here. It says 2-inch cutting diameter off the front blades and 1.125" by the secondary blades. Again, this is a hybrid. So let's see. Main blades on cut, looks like we're at 1.25 inches. So it said that it was a 2-inch main blade. It's definitely not going into the target, and we're at 1 inch on the secondary blades. So let's turn it over. I'm going to check the exit hole. So I'm going to be honest with you, on the exit hole, we're right at 1 inch and just over 1 inch. So this is actually one of the first ones that the cutting diameter isn't as much as what the package called for. What we did do here though is luckily we shot it twice, so we're actually able to see what the other hole was. So that's the second hole. This was the first shot. So on the first shot we got 1.75 inches by 1 inch. So the first shot was a little bit more to what they said it was, but the first shot did not go through the dead center of the block of ice. It actually kind of side skirted it. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this dude open, see what the wound channel looks like. Entry hole wound channel. And then, so it's actually pretty cool the way that this one operates. Exit hole wound channels. So one thing that I will say that I do like about this is the 4-blade. So it is a mechanical 4-blade broadhead. This wound channel, if you will, very, very similar to a fixed blade. So it's the first mechanical that we've done that has that wound channel that looks like a 4-blade fixed blade. So, all right guys, so let's talk about it. Again, the NAP Double Cross. So, accuracy at 50 yards, it flies pretty much just like a field tip. It was low, what I say, 1.5 inches, and to the left 1.5 inches, which is a little weird because usually if I pull to the right. So I'm gonna say it's pretty accurate on that part. Plus I sent 5 field tips into the target before I shot it. So accuracy at 50 yards, flies like a field tip, so solid. Penetration, surprised. We come out at 14.25, I think is what it was. For a mechanical broadhead, especially a 4-blade, super solid. Negatives, inconsistent. So the first shot, I showed you the exit hole on the first shot. So the first shot, what ended up happening is the watermelon that I'm shooting today is a little bit smaller. We're running out of watermelons in our area. We've got to get these little personal ones. So anyways, the first shot, it was my own fault because of the wind. I pulled low left. I was worried that, well, I wasn't worried. I come down and I looked at the watermelon, and I had hit about that far into the center, or into the block of ice. So I wanted something that was a little bit more center. So I went ahead and shot it again. First shot, cut in diameter, basically what the package said. So that was solid. It was shy on the big blades. On the big blades, I think it was like 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches. And it claimed 2 inches. However, the small blade hole, it claims 1 inch, and it was like 1.25 inches. So it kind of made up the difference with the secondary blades. The second hole, that's what I want to talk about, the inconsistency. So the second hole, absolutely center punched. They're the slat blades, so they did not fully deploy until they were inside, and then they hit the block of ice and they kind of closed back up. So still got a pretty good hole. I like the hole, the wound channel. It looked more like a fixed blade. So the fixed blade holes usually just kind of look like you took a plug out of them, where the mechanical blades, typically you get like that run, right? So it's just a line kind of across that kind of slices and it goes through. I like the broadheads that kind of take a plug out of them. Looks a lot cooler on the review here. So anyways, wound channel, big plus, looked like a fixed blade, so that's solid. It held together, it didn't open, which is kind of important. With it not having a collar on it, you can still slap it around pretty good. They don't move. So accuracy, great. Penetration, good, solid, especially for a 4-blade. Consistency, not very consistent. 2 shots, both of them were a little bit different. The one that actually center punched the block of ice did not perform like the package said it was going to. Wound channel, outstanding, looked like a fixed blade. Durability, great. No burrs, no nothing. No bend. I was actually kind of curious if these little secondary blades, they don't feel as tough, would bend. No bending, no nothing. Went straight through the block of ice with no problem at all. No flat spot on the tip. So if you're looking for a hybrid or a mechanical broadhead that's going to leave a hole, flies like a mechanical, leaves a hole like a fixed blade, check out these NAP double crosses. Like I say before, guys, accuracy is confidence. Shoot what you're confident in. Just make sure you shoot your bow with one of those broadheads before you go to the woods. I will say this has not been the best performer that we've had. However, just like the rest of them, it will kill. I've killed a deer with one of these about 3 years ago, so and it left a nasty hole. The deer was quartering though, and to my experience, these kind of blades and the way they operate, when you do hit one quartering, boy, it really slices them. So anyways, that's the NAP double cross, guys. Seems like a pretty solid broadhead. It's tough, it's accurate, but it's a little inconsistent. So anyways, guys, that's all we've got for you today. It's Monday. Hope everybody had a good time in the woods. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell up at the top, because you never know when we're going to do something that you didn't know that you needed. So the rut is getting close. I'm heading to Missouri this week. Hopefully that works out. So yeah, we'll see you guys Wednesday. Good hunting.